Hey there, welcome to chapter 7 of my Krastorio playthrough. Last episode I was setting foot over here and doing weird machinations. I don't know how I will keep this whole facility or how it will expand or not expand. The main idea of this whole complex is to feed facilities in this area roughly with the spare parts they need to produce me beautiful miners and steam engines probably, and assembling machines and stuff. All those things I don't want to produce directly on spot because they are so damn resource intensive, and yeah. This will result in a layout that will ultimately have main resources on this height approximately. I need to refunnel this a little bit because they are not optimally towards each other, but no biggie. And basic materials down here like iron plates, copper plates, steel plates, things like these. I don't know, this will expand quite hard. And those intermediate products, they will start to run on another input line on this height, like to give a supply route towards my builder facilities in this area. That's the basic idea. I don't know how good this will work. I still wonder if it would be smarter to build things on site, like I do it most of the time, but I want to try this time to outsource the intermediate product facility a little bit to somewhere else to not cram my producers for my quality of life things too much. On the other hand, though, I will need to produce other things in a larger scale, which are automation cores and electronic circuits. So these will be the next big parts. And also, before I go deeper into what we do this episode, because these were all just the things I noticed that will be the bigger milestones, I want to thank a lot for those helpful comments. They're really good. Like, what I learned between this and the last time is I don't need to work my fingers sore with those recipes. Some very, very kind person pointed out that there's a way easier method of doing this. So let's drop down a few furnaces and let's say I want these steel plates. So what you do is you go shift right click and then you go shift left click and boom, you can copy those. I didn't know that. In case you didn't know that, now you know it. So again, you go shift right click and then you go shift left click and boom. Awesome stuff. Thanks so much for pointing that one out. I thought I would need a mod for this functionality, but obviously it's part of the base game by now. Awesome. Thank you so much. The other thing I was I'm grateful for is that max rate calculator mod, which another kind soul has shown to me. You use it like this. You drag it over here, and it shows you now with the items per second how much input it demands and how much output it will bring. And as I can see here, I have a minus of iron gear wheels. So obviously every single assembling machine of inserter parts needs a complete input of iron gear wheels. As I saw this, I started to rethink my whole idea of this facility, and I came to the conclusion that this whole part will be completely useless without knowing what I need. So I will leave it like it is here and adapt it later towards my needs when we get there. So much for that plan. But I'm not done with the thingy here yet. I want to use the max rate calculator in another way. So you can also use it for the smelters, and I now see that I need 18.75 iron per second, and I produce 9.375 iron plates per second. Top-notch production. So when I now look at these steel smelters, I can already see they want whopping 6.25 of my iron plates per second. So this one column pretty much, well, let's check it out. yep. So this one translates into one of those. Pretty nice to know. And it's quite some work to calculate these without the help of these mods. So once again, thanks a lot for pointing it out. We're going to use it a lot during the course of those episodes. Okay, so my plans now, my direct plans now are to build up a automation core facility and possibly electronic circuits too, and then we're gonna build first off some military complex. I don't know how far I will come during this episode, because I'll definitely need a lot of materials, resources, and whatnot. So let's get right into this. So for automation cores, I want these because they are part of gun turrets, they are part of assemblers, they are part of inserters, they are literally everywhere. I'm not building them up here because unlike the parts I will produce up here, I'll need automation cores in truly dirty amounts. This space here is reserved for things I need in smaller quantities, like iron sticks or stuff like that. So everything we need for the automation cores will produce on site. The site for the automation cores will be for now. Well, these cliffs are really bumming me a little bit, but I'm gonna go for it well, somewhere about here for now. And I'm going to expand my operations more into this direction here later on. One day I will be able to remove those cliffs, I suppose. So let's get going. For automation cores, I'll need iron sticks and iron gear wheels and copper plates. So I will produce the materials I need on site, which means I'm not gonna funnel anything from up here down there because I am producing gear wheels. But honestly, dropping belts from here to there is possible, but it's a big amount of work. Truly a big amount of work. Okay, so to speed up the assembling machine production process, I can now grab iron gear wheels from, well, here. Yeah, if I stand here, I can absorb them. So let's grab a few more, and as you can see, the the mod was absolutely right. We're having a little bit of a deficit of iron gear wheels. Okay, and automation cores, I can't absorb these. And I need iron beams. So let's grab a few of those as well. I don't have many produced. Well, whatever. It at least helped that we don't need forever for the first 5 assemblers. That's good, because I need a little bit of time once I have the first few built, because I need to do some preparations. So in the meantime, I might as well do the following. Let's do one of these maneuvers. So I'm gonna funnel this one tile below, because I figured I want to have a little bit more space between the main iron line and the main copper line. Yep, that works out. Okay, so now I have the assemblers. What I'm gonna do now is I put up a assembler and I configure it for automation cores. So I now use the max rate calculator, and it tells me now the following. I need 1.5 copper plates per machine. Okay, I use those I have from the smelter right back there. Done. I need 1 iron gear wheel per machine per second, and I need 1 iron stick per second. Okay, I'm gonna do the following. I'm going to drop down more machines here, and now I'm going to configure them like this and this. So let's check it out. As you can see now, this whole situation is the following. I have one machine with gear wheels is okay, and obviously this machine is doing a surplus. So if I do it like this, again, shift right click, shift left click, Now we see that if I run 2 automation core machines, I will have a minus of these. So basically, the moral of the story goes a little bit like this. This should be a functioning cluster. Here we go. So 2 machines of automation cores are being fed by 1 iron stick machine and are being fed by 2 iron gear wheel machines. This cluster needs 3 iron plates per second totally. Complete and per. Is this right? Yeah, that's right. Sorry, distracted me a moment that there were iron sticks and iron plates, but I guess the iron plates included in the iron sticks are already there. So that also means one of those columns feeds basically a cluster of this. So here we go. This is the complete production of 1 of 10 furnaces, basically. Here. Consumes 6 iron plates per second. There we go. So this is, of course, not like we're going to build it for real, but I just wanted to show you the calculations of this little complex. It's quite interesting to have these basics down, because we will do a blueprint later on. I'm also doing a little bit of a unnecessary work for now. I shouldn't do that. I just noticed that I have so little belts. We're gonna delay this work a little bit. Sometimes I get a little bit ahead of myself, you know. Okay. So probably I want to build a few more splitters. Oh, okay. But no, I don't need those. Okay. Because I just noticed it's enough if I ghost them. There we go. So the idea is to ghost this as well. I'm just doing this to have a measure while I'm building. Oh, it's not. It's okay. It's not really necessary, but for me it eases my work to roughly measure where I want to go and where not. I mean, I really don't know how much space I need to really reserve, because well, with vanilla I could already calculate all the materials I need. I don't know what Krastorio has in stock for me. Well, so I guess there will be chaos, friends, and lots of it. I'm looking forward to it. Because for me, playing a new mod like this is like a giant logical puzzle, and I love it. I love every inch of it. So, there we go. This is just for myself, so I have a little bit of something like an organization here. I do like that. Okay. Now then, I will need that iron, and I'll need a lot more iron, because right now I'm definitely not producing enough iron. The real problem though is to increase my output. I already looked it up. I need to either acquire a new field to mine from, or destroy the starter base and free up the capacities of that field. Both of them are quite big measures, so for now I'm just gonna build up the structure and manage the optimization of inputs and outputs later. Sorry guys, sometimes I'm struggling for words, and we're out of belts again. One little assembler can go with my plans here, but that's okay. So this iron field is already depleted by around 30%. It's quite big. Okay, I will now research a little bit more of my weapon technology. I just figured, while I have the laboratories up there still alive, I might as well research pretty much everything I want to research for now, and then I'm gonna destroy the starter base completely. Because right now, the only reasons I have the starter base are the production of ammo, belts, and research. And those are not really many reasons to keep that place, don't you think too? So, what I want to do here is I'm gonna build a little splitter here, and then we're gonna funnel that one off here. Yeah, and then I'm gonna do a little splitter here again, and then we're gonna pretend like nothing happened here. Let's check it out if it works. Maybe this part needs a little rework later on. Also, we're gonna repeat something similar over here. Let's put it over here, and I'm gonna drop it down there. There we go. And again, I'm gonna drop it here and there. So later on, I'm gonna go for some mixers again to tidy things up after operations like this. But since the whole complex is still that small, I don't wanna mess around too much with that. Okay, friends. So let's check it out how I want to build this whole ordeal. These oopsie, also two. I want to craft everything, please. So let's check it out. I need what? We need an input of copper plates and iron sticks and iron gear wheels. To not overcomplicate things too hard, I guess I will combine the sticks and the gears into one lane, because honestly, it's gonna be a mess if I do it otherwise. So basically, oh well, I'm just wondering how I want to build it. I haven't thought that one up to begin with, to be quite honest. So we need one facility for iron gear wheels and one facility for or no, we need two things for iron gear wheels and one thing for iron sticks. So that's the production for one of the automation cores, for two of those. So let's check it out, if it checks out. So I don't know if this will really work or not, but it sure sounds like it could. So the basic idea would be to combine it like this. I guess that should work, yeah. Okay, maybe I'll turn it around. So this thing needs to be fed with copper from one side. Well, yeah, that should work. That should work. I just need to think about where I'm gonna put them. But I can sure think of something. Yeah. Okay. So, with new recipes, new challenges of production lines come up. So, there we go. But I figured I want to do it something like this. For me, these two are in the wrong order. Okay, this is a little bit stupid, but I have it in mind like this. Please don't hate me too much. Okay, I want it down like this. We're gonna feed the beast from here. And then I'm gonna do the other array from there. Oh, I just noticed that. So we need this, and this, and this, and it's gonna be this and this. And we are going to feed it like that. Right now I'm putting a little bit more work into my ideas because I want to make it good, actually. So if I'm not mistaken, we can do it like that. Okay, so let's check my design out if it works out. You might keep it. Okay, and we're gonna be using the calculations for the inserters in a sec. So we need the iron gear wheels here and the sticks here. There we go. Okay, let's power it up for us in a sec and check it out if it works out. I wonder if I can manage what I have in mind to make it two-laned. Okay. Wait a sec there. I managed to... Oh boy. I need to clear this wackadoodle a little bit out, but everything at a time. So I want to output those beasts like this. And input into this direction. Alright. So, my idea would be to have... I don't know if this will check out, but if it would check out, it would be really awesome. But I think this is entirely possible that it checks out. So... But... Oh well. I need to funnel it a little bit further away, or no, I don't. I'm gonna do it differently. So there we go. But this should work in the end. Yeah. It's, the only question would be how to organize the workload from how to funnel the output correctly, but I'm pretty sure I can find something that works. So there we go. And we're gonna check this setup for or about inputs and outputs in a second, because I'm not entirely sure if the amount of if the inserters are working out here. There we go. So, boom. Oh, look at that, it's beautiful. Thanks so much again. I know I'm repeating myself, but I don't care. Okay, let's check it out. Yep, it works. So the long arms from this side, they're filling it from both sides. So awesome. We have automation cores, my friends. So I could either funnel them out bottom side, but I'm gonna funnel them out top side because that's not really that hard. I mean, honestly. Let's drop down an underground belt here and there. And then we have our precious automation cores, hot and crispy. Okay, so there we go. I'm gonna have them in a respective distance from this place, and well, I think I don't plan this big enough in its height, but I don't care. I can reorganize that later, or between episodes. Okay. So we have now automation cores, and let's check out this facility with the little mod we have now. So we can now see everything here is in balance. I produce 2 automation cores per second now. This whole operation eats up 1 complete column of iron plates and 1 complete column of copper plates as well. Keep that in mind. But let's go for the basic inserters. So I need for the iron gear wheels 1.2 per machine, and as you can see, that's really not enough. So let's exchange those on both sides. As you can see, this tool is quite handy to optimize your operations without too much trouble. I really appreciate that, because if you want to calculate these things on your own, please, it's possible, but it's a real pain, honestly. So same goes for the iron sticks. They need a higher input as well, but so I don't know if I read it out correctly. Let's check it out. But they also need a quicker input. Yeah, they need also bigger inputs on the copper plates. So a lot of this operation is in the need of blue inserters. So there we go. It also need... whoa, I think there are really not many yellow inserters involved here. So these buddies, they all have a throughput of 1.2. Yeah, and they have a throughput of 1.2 as well. So basically, if I'm not mistaken here, yep, they are suffering short wow. So this whole operation runs on blue inserters. I'm surprised about that, but it's obviously necessary. Or correct me if I do that wrong here, if I read out the tool wrongly, because I am still a little bit new-ish with that, but I don't see any faults in my assumptions I take here. So there we go, friends. Automation core facility done. We have now access to a little bit of technology here. But as you might have already thought, this is really a very small scaled operation, and I can use a lot more later on. But luckily I have a little bit more room for a few units more, and well, this is reproducible. Okay, whatever, I'm now done with this place, and let's check the clock. We are still having time for more. So since I need electronic circuits as well, maybe not for the military tech, but for the research for sure, I'm gonna go for looting some coal somewhere, and we are going to make us a little bit of room here, because obviously there's some wood in the way. Okay, also I'm running low on transporter belts and well, things. And so I figure during the next few episodes I will be doing a lot, and I mean a big lot more smelters and mining, and we're gonna just expand this operation to its towards its full size. Forgot about the coal. Oopsie. Got so carried away by my megalomaniacal plans in my head of expanding this base. But it's still quite a long way to get there. Let's loot our base a little bit though. That's really something I like. Some access all areas feeling, you know. Let's do these a little bit more slowly. So I always feel a little bit bad when I do that, but honestly, since I'm having greenhouses now, it even hurts me much less to deforest areas like this. But careful, friends, this game knows friendly fire still. Okay, so now I will have... Now it seems to me that I have some room to work with. So let's expand this place a little bit more. And I guess I will go for some electronic circuits as well. I'm pretty happy with the automation core facility so far. I mean, it's nothing special, it's an easy setup, but I don't know how to put it. It always leaves me with such a satisfied feeling when such a plan like this pretty much works on the first attempt, and all you have to do is optimize a few more what's it called, inserters. It sure feels good, honestly. So there we go. I am leaving a little bit room open for more automation core facilities, so we're gonna drop down this whole plan of electronic circuits towards here, I'd say. So, same procedure as before. I'm gonna use one of these wonderful thingies and I'm gonna configure it towards this. So what do we need per second? I need 1 copper cable per second, 1 iron plate per second, and half a unit of wood per second. Oh, that wood though. Wood, honestly. I think I'm gonna funnel some of that over here, but it's a damn long way. Good lord. So, nope. This is nothing I can build up quite quickly, and I think this will have its way into the next episode. Don't get me wrong here, but I really want to get this done in a way that I don't make it unnecessarily hard for me. And I think the easiest way to achieve that is to build some connection for with this water towards down here, and well, maybe somewhere around here, and start producing wood. That's basically the best idea I'm having. Or I'm out funneling the wood production here I'm having already. I can't decide on that too quickly, so we're gonna delay that decision for the next episode. What I'm gonna start now is well, some war with the biters. Nah. What I'm gonna start now is to lay down the plans for the facility of military production. Because as much as I want to go for a research facility next, honestly, I feel like I want to be able to produce lots of explosives and other good weapons, because something tells me those biters won't leave me alone much longer. And even if that might be not the case, I want to be able to, well, to be ready before I need to be ready. So, yeah, I know that I deliberately destroyed my power network there. But they will be okay with it for a second. And as I've pointed out in the comment section below before, if you want to give me any ideas how to optimize this playthrough, please be my guest. Just be polite. That's all I demand. Just a little bit of politeness. I appreciate input, but I don't appreciate rudeness. That's all I wanted to say about that. But I think that goes without saying. Okay, so I'm making a little bit of room here for myself. I'm asking the forest to go. I think usually in Factorio you need more than one hand grenade per forest tile, but I don't know if that's something that got patched between as well. But I remember those annoying days when you had to multi-bomb these things. Okay. So I have now everything except for coal towards the ammo factory. One thing about ammo in Krastorio I noticed is you need lots of coal for that. But luckily I have a full supply of coal, a full supply line of coal. Which also happens to power my, to fuel my power sources. Oh, well, maybe that's not that smart. Okay, There's the coal from the smelters. This is also pretty hard. No, the more I look around, the more I notice that I really need to reorganize this whole place a little bit more from the scratch. Like, as you notice here, a lot of things with the starter base are not working too well with my bigger plants here. So, I think what I want to do here is to step back a little and think about how we're going to organize our things towards the future. What will stay? What will stay? That's the question. What do I really need? I need the further production of transport belts, but that's pretty much all I need. Apart from that, I think everything here can go. I have so many rifle ammunition thingies in store right now. I don't even need more of that. So yeah, I think the smartest thing to do is to dismantle the starter base on the next best moment, and to organize this whole iron patch into a smelter column down here, and start building a correct base over there, and to declare this whole area here to more smelting and power generation issues. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, friends, lots of theoretical things in this episode, but I have to say you better do it, because Factorio is a game that punishes you for thinking not enough how to do things. So yeah, I think I'm gonna leave you there for this episode, because I don't want to start the dismantling of this starter base without thinking a little bit more thoroughly about it, and also not without leaving with stuffed pockets full of transport belts as well. So my friends, I hope you are liking this playthrough as much as I do. And feel free to leave me comments, but I already said that a lot during this episode, so I would also appreciate some thumbs up or even a subscription to my channel if you want to support my work. It would really mean a lot to me. If none of those, just let me thank you for hanging around here and watching me play Factorio. That means even more than anything else to me. So I hope you check by for the next episode, when we dismantle the starter base and get some military process going, or expand our smeltering. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I'm gonna think about it. Until then, enjoy your time and see you guys next time. Bye bye.